Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. So, Doctor Who, the new Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor is going to be a woman. Is that good or is that bad? There's a lot of hullabaloo over this over the internet at the moment, and some people are going absolutely insane. But Doctor Who, in case you didn't know, which I'm sure is not the case, is a science fiction programme that is run on the BBC. Started in 1963 to 1989, then there was a bit of a gap, and then the whole thing was rebooted in 2005 to the present day, where it's now become a global phenomenon. Now, essentially the story, if you're unaware, is a Time Lord, played by a man traditionally, travels around the world, travels around the universe in fact, in time and space, solving absolute dilemmas and generally being a good guy. Now essentially, when the Time Lord dies, he regenerates into another actor, so essentially the show can keep going on and on and on forever. The character has always been a man. The Doctor is a man. Now it's being cast as a woman, a lady called Jodie Whittaker. She's going to be the 13th Doctor, and that was announced after the men's Wimbledon final. Now, when I heard that it was going to be announced after the men's Wimbledon final, I'm thinking, is the new Doctor going to be Roger Federer? So that would have been quite bad, but that's not the case. It's going to be Jodie Whittaker, an actress who's 35, best known for her TV work in a show called Broadchurch. How do I feel about the Doctor now being a woman for the first time ever? Well, I'm not so sure about it. For me, well-known characters, established characters should be gender-specific. So James Bond, I'd like to keep that as a man. I wouldn't like to see Jackie Bond about the place, or Jenny Bond, which I think might be a newsreader. But anyway, Jason Voorhees, if that suddenly become a woman, that would be a very strange indeed. Ethan Hawke from Mission Impossible, keep that as a man. And vice versa as well, like Lara Croft from Tomb Raider should always be a woman. I wouldn't like it to suddenly be Bernard Croft, run by or played by Johnny Vegas. I don't know why I picked out Johnny Vegas. He's quite an attractive guy, but not in Lara Croft clothes for Tomb Raider. That game wouldn't sell anything at all. But you know, this is science fiction, so if there's going to change the character in any show, it would have to be Doctor Who. They can get away with it. Now, we did have a few clues or a bit of warning that this could happen to a Time Lord, because the Master, a couple of seasons ago, was suddenly played by a woman called Michelle Gomez, took up the name of Missy, and she played it really well, brought up a few new things to the role, and also as well another Time Lord in a show did transform into a woman again. So he was given a fair warning there, but I'm still not quite sure how I feel about it. How do you feel about it? It's going to take a whole new dynamic, the Doctor Who here. Who's going to be her assistant? Is she going to take on a woman as she traditionally does, or will she take an unsuspecting young fellow that falls in love with her, and it's just getting to the point where he wants to ask her out for a date or something, and she transforms back into an old man again? Bearing in mind the Doctor's now, I think, over 2,000 years old, now he's going to be played by a rather attractive woman. So, yeah, what's going to go on here? So, the writing of Doctor Who in the modern day era has always been really, really good, so I'm sure they can make it work. The storylines are going to be a little bit interesting. See how the dynamic going to be when she meets the Master again, because although we didn't see Missy Michelle Gomez regenerate into a man, I presume she did, or maybe she's still going to be alive. Will the Master try and have a thing with the Doctor as a woman? So that's a bit weird as well. What happens if they have a baby? Now that's going to get that's a family with problems straight away there, to be on the Jeremy Kyle show. So it's going to be interesting this. So overall, I'm tentative, but I think I could warm to the idea. There is a bit of a history with Doctor Who's. They last like a few series, and then people don't want them to go because they've got established with that Doctor. They don't like the new Doctor, first of all, and then after half a season, a whole season, everyone's embraced a new Doctor and don't want that one to go. So I'm sure the same thing will happen with Jodie Whittaker, and I'm quite interested to see how the stories then take a new twist. Now, although I do think it's interesting, I would have kept a man myself. So although I do think it's interesting the Doctor being a woman had to happen at some point, I only want it to be for one generation. I don't want her to generate back into another woman. So it's good to explore these things, but not long term here. So what do you think about that? Are you happy that the Doctor's generated into a woman? Could you not care less? It doesn't really matter. It's all about the stories. Or do you think it was about time she did come a woman? She wasn't even in the betting, I don't think, Jodie Whittaker, although Jeremy Corbyn was at 500 to 1, so that would have been an interesting Doctor. I'm sure he would have taken students for free lifts in his TARDIS and wiped out all debt with some sort of strange laser gamma ray. Anyway, tell me what you think below there. I've still got Capaldi as the 12th Doctor in the Christmas special, and presumably he regenerates in that. We've got the first Doctor as well, of course, played by a different actor. So thanks for watching that video as always. Please put your comments below. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye. Goodbye.